What's up, you guys? Boom, face video. That's how you know it's serious. All right, what's going on, you guys? I'm here with a new video today. I'm here to talk about exactly what the title says, the truth about the Yu-Gi-Oh format. I know it's been a long time. You guys haven't seen my face in a lot of videos, a lot of screen recording, a lot of deck profiles, a lot of stuff like that. You've probably just seen my hands, but I am still around. The person behind the camera is me. If you ever watch Johnny's videos when we're at the YCSs and he turns the camera over saying, I'm here with my boy Slim, you know, I'm still here, you guys. Just really haven't done a lot of like face-to-face discussions. I'm actually working on getting a new camera. I do have one, however, I don't really like the battery life on it, and I have issues with it when I bring it to the YCS. So I've actually been using my phone, which is awesome. You know, shout out to Apple, shout out to iPhones. If you're a Droid user, I don't care, you know, good for you. I know they're good phones. I used to have one, but I got to give it up to Apple. The recording's been great. All my deck profiles from the YCS were done on my iPhone outside of like 3 of them. So really good quality. So this will be the first time me doing like a phase video with it. But anyways, enough of that crap out of the way. Let's talk about the format. The first thing I'm going to say to all the channels that made videos, you know, talking about the format, talking about Firewall, talking about the state of Yu-Gi-Oh, all this stuff, they're all great videos. You should definitely check them out. I think they had great opinions. I watched every single one of them kind of just to, you know, gather my thoughts on what I wanted to say. And they definitely had great opinions, and they brought a lot to the table, which I like. For me, however, I have a different approach to all of this. And I would say probably the #1 reason is because I went to pretty much every YCS of 2017, like the whole season. We've started to go to most of them in 2018. We're thinking about, Johnny and I are thinking about going to Europe. We can't make Milan, but we're thinking about Germany in February. There's that. There's Vegas. There's all these UDSs and YCS events, the 3v3, everything coming up. And we plan to attend all of those. And the thing is, we plan to attend those the minute they got announced. And the thing is, it was in a format like this. And I'm going to tell you the honest truth, you guys. This format isn't that bad. And I know you guys are probably going to click off the video. You're probably going to dislike. You're probably going to be like, Slim, oh, you're crazy. What's wrong with you? But I want you guys to really hear me out. Hear me out when I say that this format isn't that bad, because we've been here before. And that is what I want you guys to take away from this video. If you take away nothing else, take away this. I'm going to say it again. We have been here before. I have been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Since the very beginning. I started playing competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was about 16, 17, something like that. And I'm 28, you guys. I don't think a lot of you guys know that. Yeah, I'm 28. I know I don't look it, but yeah. So that was like, what, 11 years ago, 11, 12 years ago, give or take. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Was very different back then. But every format has had its version of like an OTK, an FTK, a deck so powerful you just don't know what to do. And perfect example, back when I was starting to play, I encountered the Cyberstein OTK. I encountered Demise OTK. I encountered all these decks. I beat some of them. I lost to some of them. And then I eventually learned to play them myself. For those of you that don't know, one of my top 5, probably top 3 favorite decks of all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the Demise OTK, the one with Metal Armored Bug and Doom Dozer. And I did a deck profile years ago on it of David Rodriguez's build, and he actually saw my video and he like replied, and I was like, I was shocked. I was like, damn, I was like, I used to look up to you when I was like little Slim, like I look up to you, you know, all that stuff. But that's besides the point. The point is, even back then, we had quote unquote unfair decks. Now I know what you guys are thinking. You know, this is 2018, and every point that has been brought to the table about Firewall Dragon is spot on. You guys are spot on. Like I said, all the channels make great videos. They brought good points to the table, and the thing is let's cut the crap. Firewall is probably not going anywhere. They all said it. I'm saying it too. Whatever the reason is, I know people want to say, oh, it's got plot armor, oh, it's got this. You know, I'm tired of that crap. I'm tired of those excuses. You know, if that's really what it is, that's really what it is. Konami is a business at the end of the day, and they talk about, you know, well, they don't even talk about it, but they really are in it to make money. And let's face it, if you were in a business, wouldn't you want to make money? Wouldn't you want your product to sell? A really good point that was brought to the table was that we may not get a ban list until after YCS Milan, which is December 8th and 9th, I believe. And shout out to Darren Stevenson. Check out his channel. Shout out to Sam. He uploaded his video. And Darren brought up a very good point. Why would they want to hit Firewall, quote unquote, or make a ban list where they're hitting Armageddon Knight, Dark Rever, Malicious, all the culprits of combo decks, when that special edition that's coming out, you guys, has Summon Sork and Isolde? Those are 2 of the most iconic cards of this format because they're both played in combo decks. So without a doubt, I actually agree. I feel we will not have a ban list until after YCS Milan, unfortunately. Now, moving forward, like the format. I don't think this format is that bad because, yes, the FTK exists. Yes, getting burned to death by cannon soldiers sucks. But we've been here before. Shadow Priestess of Ohm, OTK, was a deck. You get burned to death, and that deck was way better than this deck. This deck played Dimension Fusion DMOC before it got errata, Shadow Pieces of Ohm, and you just died. And it played a billion draw cards, you know, very similar to this deck, and you just died. Like, you didn't even get to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Not only that, this deck is underperforming right now. It's doing well, but not that well. Now, you guys can say, yes, there were 5 of them in top 8 in Mexico, but again, Mexico is very different. They do not have Summon Sork yet, and because of that, that's why Thunder Dragons won. That was another reason. If you guys watched my previous video, why Thunder Dragons won UDS Mexico. Not only is Andres Torres a very good player, but, you know, you take advantage of the fact that Summon Sork isn't around. Goki is not a well-represented deck. The Ragnar Dimmeron, number 86 deck, yeah, I can't pronounce that guy, Rongo Bongo. So the Rongo Bongo deck isn't really around. Like, all those decks are not as prevalent as they are in the United States. So because of that, a deck like Thunder Dragons, when piloted by a really good player, when built, you know, to combat the format, goes in, you know, it's going to do well, it's going to perform. He was the only Thunder Dragon in top 8 against Striker and FTK, and he beat them all, so that should be all you need to know. Now, look at our format. Firewall Dragon is the problem. Yes. All the cards that work with the FTK and work with these decks are the problem in a sense because, let's face it, Armageddon is a 1-card U-Link. Grepher is a 1, you know, that. U-Links, you know, Malicious, etc. Vion, you know, the list goes on and on. Isolde starting off the combo. However, let's look back at some of the formats. Do I need to remind you guys about 2013? 2013 was damn near a 2 to 3 deck format, and that's it. In all honesty, it was only a 2 deck format. I know Evilsworn was a deck, but let's face it, the high representation, especially at Nationals, was basically Dragon Rulers and Spellbooks. So you had to play one of those decks if you wanted to do well in competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, well, Slim, I'm a casual player. You guys, I'm not a casual player at all, and you guys should know that from this channel. The reason why my channel may not appeal to a lot of players is I am strictly competitive. I am a competitive player. I like competitive content, and I talk about competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! I can talk about casual Yu-Gi-Oh! To an extent, but if I do too much content on it, it's not really going to be me, because I really don't play casual Yu-Gi-Oh! I play the best decks that I can, and I learn to, you know, get better with them to become a better player overall. But if you look back at the 2013 format, it was one of those 2 decks. Those were the best decks. I played Dragon Rulers. Spellbooks was a pain in the ass if they went first and opened Jowgin, Fate, etc. You probably couldn't win. You had to really draw broken, you know, to play against that. But think about that. That was a 2-deck format. And not only was it a 2-deck format, it was a 2-deck format that was extremely expensive. That's one thing that continues to happen is that these best decks are expensive, but eventually they go down. People don't know what the best deck is, and then it becomes established. Now, look at hat format. The 2014 format, probably the healthiest format around. Everyone will say it. The only thing people didn't like is Soul Charge being at 3 because of Sylvans and Dragon Rulers, but, you know, we played on. 2015 was Necros. That was actually the time I was not around. I had taken a hiatus from the channel and everything, but everyone played Necros, and the deck was broken. Deck was expensive. Deck was quote-unquote unfair. That was so hated and everything. We progressed on. 2016 happened. Zoo, I believe, was it Zoo? No, Zoo was 2017, but 2016 format, you know, continued to be, I think, I don't even remember what was playing around in 2016. There was like the Minerva deck, Cleave Forwards, like all random decks. I could be wrong, but we have had format after format after format of the same thing. We go in the same process. One deck wins an event, then it wins in another event, then it tops another event, then it becomes the most hated deck of all time, like Sky Strikers. Let's face the facts. Sky Strikers is probably the most fair deck of this format. It is without a doubt the most fair deck of this format. It doesn't OTK you. It doesn't create a board, you know, usually you can't break. You get to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Against that deck. Goki, the Rongo Bongo deck, Thunder Dragons, all these decks, they try to floodgate you, they try to U-Link you, they try to prevent you from playing, the FTK tries to beat you on the first turn, and you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! I agree, that is a problem if you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! However, and this is the biggest difference, I don't stop playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Because of that. I don't stop playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Because that could be one game out of the 3 that you're going to play to win that match, and you have your side deck, and you have the answers to this deck. The number one thing besides that we have been in these formats before that you guys need to take away from this is that there is always an answer to these decks. There's always an answer. Cherries is an answer. Joel and Lockbird is an answer. These cards are answers. These cards are designed as answers to decks like this. And I know what you guys are thinking. We shouldn't even be having to play against decks like this. I agree 100%. However, that's our format. If you don't like it, don't play. Stop bitching, and don't play. It's as simple as that. You don't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't bitch about it. It's not you bitching about it is not going to change anything at all. Trust me, I've been there before. I thought bitching about it would do something. I thought complaining about it would do something. You know, then I woke up one day and realized it's not going to change nothing. It's not going to change anything at all. Here I am bitching about it when I could actually learn how to beat the deck. You know, think about that. Instead of bitching about it, why don't you learn how to beat the deck, how to side against the deck? And I mean, if you lose to it, you lose to it. I've taken plenty of bad losses. I told you guys, like, I've gotten FTK'd. I've gotten destroyed before. And, you know, instead of just saying, oh, screw this, I don't want to play anymore, I come back to play another day. I come back to play another day because I love the game. And that's one thing I want you guys to remember. If you love this game, even in its dark times, continue to love this game. Don't give up on this game because it feels like a bad format. Every format, in a sense, in most players' eyes, is a bad format at one point in the format. Was this a bad format like a couple months ago? I don't think so. We had so many decks that were prevalent for like the 200th, you know, stuff like that, and people were like, oh, that wasn't a good format. You know, I think most players are never satisfied. What I want you guys to realize is that, yes, you can listen to competitive players all day. Yes, you can listen to Yu-Gi tubers all day. But at the end of the day, it comes down to, what do you want? What do you want out of Yu-Gi-Oh? You know, if I take away everything I know, if I take away what I listen to, what I read, if I take away what I listen to in other, you know, channels' videos, and I think about it, I'm here to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I freaking love it. I love everything about it. I love winning. I don't love losing, but I learn from losing, so in a sense, I love the learning aspect. I love so many things about it. I love the traveling. I love the people. You know, they're like my family. I love you guys. I love the community. I'm not going to stop playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Because there's an FTK in the format. I'm not going to stop playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I might get U-linked. I'm not going to stop playing because of that. I'm going to find a way to beat those decks. And I've been successful so far in a lot of ways of beating those decks. I've lost to other decks. I've drawn unplayable. You know, you're going to have those games where you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! And it happens. You know, statistics is a thing, random ratios is a thing. You know, you may just not open optimal all the time, but it happens. It happens to the best players in the world, and it'll happen to you. And you don't give up because of that. You continue to play, you continue to push on, you continue to enjoy the game that you love. And I hope that that really sticks to you guys. The truth about this format, you guys, it's not that bad. The truth about this format, we've been here before. And the truth about this format is that it will pass. This format is going to get healed one of these days. We're going to get a ban list one of these days. It could be after I make this video. It could be after I upload this video. Wouldn't that be funny? 2 videos in one day. But I want you guys to really think about that. Don't give up on this format. Don't give up on yourself. And don't give up on the decks of this format. If you're a casual player, continue to be casual. If you know that you're not in it to be super competitive, that's fine. That's one of the best aspects of Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm just probably not the person, you know, to really endorse casual playing because honestly, I wouldn't know where to start. But when it comes to competitive players, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You know that I'm right. You know that the format is not horrendous. We have ways around it. I agree Firewall is a complete problem and it makes the format seem shitty to everyone, but you have to look beyond that and you have to continue playing if and only if that's what you want to do. Anyways, you guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's good to actually talk to you guys in a long time. It's been a really long time. Let me know if the quality is okay on this video. I am using my phone just because, like I said, I'm working on getting a new camera, but yeah, it feels good to finally talk to you guys. It's been a really long time. I thought I was going to get really crazy in this video, but then I thought, you know what? Nah, I'm not here to yell. I'm not here to, you know, point fingers or do anything like that. I'm here to just give you an honest opinion from a competitive player that all I want to do at the end of the day is play my game and get better. If I take some losses, I take some losses. I told you guys, I've been in a 18-point rut the last 3 events. Nationals, 200th, this event. I've only been able to win 6 games, and I can't go beyond that. And I'm honestly just like destroys me inside sometimes. I know I have the capability of day 2ing every YCS. I know I have the capability of eventually topping. It's just I always fall short. And instead of just saying, oh, I don't want to play anymore, oh, throwing my cards to the side, I say, you know what? There's always next time. I'm going to get better. And remember that. There is always next time. There is always next format. And just give it time. The format will heal itself eventually. At least we can hope. Firewall's not getting banned. Just remember that. You're going to have to play around Firewall for a long time, but there are counters to that deck, and it's been shown before. If Sky Strikers can beat FTK, if Sky Strikers can beat Goki, there is no reason why you can't play this format, because whether you like Sky Strikers or not, they are the fair deck of this format, and that's what you need to realize. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to smash that like button. I don't care how many likes you give it. I just want to know if you guys like these one-on-one videos. If you want me to do more of these face-to-face videos, let me know in the comments below. It's been a long time, but it's good to see you guys. And hope you guys know that I'm still doing good, still loving Yu-Gi-Oh! And, you know, I just can't wait for the next event. But anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree this format is not that bad? If you think this format is bad, tell me why. But after watching this video, have I changed your opinion on it? Have I given you hope in the dark of this format? Let me know. I'd like to hear from you guys. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.